All right, guys, let's connect. Today is May 25th, so 5/25/25. So we're talking about Dead City Season 2 so far. I've seen the first 3 episodes. I have not seen Episode 4 just yet. But The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 7 airs tonight. That'll be the season finale, setting up Season 3 to continue with the game, the second game, to see what happens there. And some people I saw reports that it's going to be the Abby season, more of that. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely something that the show is still good, especially last week's episode was kind of what we wanted. But we'll talk about that over the next hour. Hopefully you're safe and sound and doing well on this Memorial Day weekend. If you celebrate it, if you're in the States, hopefully you enjoy Monday off if you have it off. Some people may have to work. But thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate you taking the time. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm One Eye Bri, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead, Dead City, and The Last of Us, both Season 2s. So I watched actually Season 2, Episode 3 of Dead City yesterday. And it's just, it feels like a zombie show, obviously, because there's zombies there, but I don't feel like it's very much what we're used to of the Walking Dead caliber. They set the bar so high that the caliber is just so mediocre. It feels like a just, I don't know, lower class show. Like Z Nation or something. And I've never really watched that or something. They're probably one step away from having like a zombie tiger or a zombie animal or a zombie something at the Bronx Zoo. But I don't think that's going to happen, but it just kind of feels that way. It feels kind of cheese. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy. But overall, what do you guys think? Are you enjoying it? Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below as always. Thank you, Negan1, Big Tree, Carol, Simba Fan, Tim Simmons, everyone else that's coming and joining as we speak. Thank you for taking the time to be here. We truly appreciate it. So, I think Simba Fan says, I can't believe The Last of Us Season 2 is already done tonight. The season went by so fast. It does, especially a season that's only 6, 7, 8 episodes. They go by quick because it's only 2 months if it's 8 episodes. And if it's less than that, then, especially if it's 6 episodes, because you're like, bang, 3 episodes halfway done into that, 4, 5, and 6 over. What now, right? But overall, The Last of Us is doing what it does in the video game. Season 2 is the first, I don't even know, is the first third of the game? Because a lot of stuff still has to happen with Ellie, Abby, just all these people. I mean, I think that I don't even know if we're going to see Abby in Season 2, Episode 7. We'll probably see her in Season 3. And after that, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're stretching it out into at least 3 seasons. I saw a report yesterday on Facebook. I don't know if it's legit or not, but they already greenlit Season 4, supposedly, potentially, possibly, of Daryl Dixon. So that's another one, like, how many seasons is that show going to go? And I'll watch it, of course, just because I'm a supporter of Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride and the Walking Dead franchise and the spinoffs and everything. I've watched it, so I got to see. It's one of those things where you watched it, you committed to it, you jumped in, and now we have to see how it ends. We saw how the main show ended, the spinoffs ended, and now we have these 2 other spinoffs. And I just feel like the Daryl Dixon show is higher caliber quality than Dead City. Like, I feel like I would love to see the budgets for Daryl Dixon versus Dead City. It just feels like it's lower budget. It's just not as, I don't know. It's just something to me. Does anybody else feel that way? Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments in the chat, because I definitely am interested to see what happens. And I like Negan. Maggie's okay, but she's always like complaining and whining and have to find Herschel and where's Herschel and what's this and the crow at this, and it's just like kind of annoying with the character. Herschel definitely grew on me in episode 3. Ginny, not really much there. The new people in the park, okay, that's one way, but hopefully you've seen season 2, episode 3 by now. It was last week's episode, so hopefully you saw it. But we got to talk about them, basically the ritual after their people die. That would explain why there's more walkers in Central Park. But I don't know how you could survive without a heart. And I know it's a zombie apocalypse show and it's fictional and there's a virus and there's something, but I mean, that's kind of crazy that the body would be able to still function without a pretty big organ. Probably the brain and the heart are right up there as 1 and 1A as importance in the body. And the way they kill walkers and zombies and everything is you kill the brain. So I guess you don't need a heart? That's just like, all right. And I guess it's trying to figure out a show that's not trying to be figured out. Can be a little frustrating. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Now I haven't seen episode 4. I know it came out this morning, but I haven't seen it yet. And I don't mind waiting to watch it. I don't really mind waiting to see it on there too, because there's not really anything that, like, what are they going to do? Like, I know I've seen the little clips, and I know that we're going to see Bruegel with his walker that knows how to kill other walkers, and it's kind of like they're betting on it for sport, which is pretty cheesy in my opinion. Then you have the Dama and Negan having something. And is it a good episode, Tim? Is it worth of it? Is it good? Hopefully it's getting better, because it has gotten better each episode so far, and hopefully it just continues that way up. Because season 1 was okay. Like, I think season 1 was much better than season 2, especially at this stage. But I just don't feel like Maggie's character is necessary in this world here. Simba fan, hey Bride, do you think Last of Us Season 2 was a mixed bag? Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I think that it is a mixed bag. I think that the game made it a mixed bag because all they're doing is exactly how it was in the game. So we already knew what to expect with stuff. So they're not really doing anything different, which is fine. They don't have to. But it's a little more character exploration, a little more character stuff there too, especially with the Eugene character and how it changed a little bit. So it's definitely something that I've enjoyed watching. But I just think that the game should have been done a different way. If you're going to kill Joel off, fine. But kill him off at the very end of the game. Like, don't kill him off at the beginning and have the little flashbacks and have the little stuff there. Like, I think you should have had the stuff been like Joel and Ellie working on getting their skills better and stronger and building that bond and doing the flashbacks in real time instead of 4 years later, 4 years ago, a year later, a year later, a year later. Like, it just seems like it's too much. And then if you were going to kill Joel off, that should have been the ending. And then the third game could have been Abby and Ellie going after each other, or Ellie going after Abby. And Abby didn't have to be a playable character. Like, that's kind of weird. And that's going to be a weird season 3. Like, I just don't know how they're going to do that, but how it's really going to be. Because we really need Pedro as Joel. Like, Joel really, like last week's episode was really good because Joel was there. Like, everybody, I would assume, likes Joel. Like, Joel is very likable. Some people don't like Ellie. Some people don't like this. Some people don't like that. But I think everybody loves Pedro Pascal as Joel. And Tommy and everybody's pretty good. I think everybody's casted pretty good. I mean, I don't care about Bella Ramsey being Ellie, but some people hate it. I think she's doing okay. Tim says other words, got some answers that I and others were wondering. Okay, so we get some answers. That's good. So that's good that Dead City gives us some answers, gives us some stuff to think about and whatever. Because, I mean, it's okay. It's interesting. And I'm glad they toned down the amount of character of that, New Babylon Marshall lady. The one that's been annoying so far. The one that Maggie punched in the first or second episode or whatever it was. That was kind of, she's probably annoying, but they kind of toned her down a little bit. Herschel was more likable in episode 3. You got to see how it was and how he, But the thing that was still cheesy is, basically all the New Bedlam Marshals were just going through Central Park and they were going to be killed because we knew that was going to happen. We knew the guy that was with Negan, I think his name was Waylon or something. It was like the Croat, Negan, and the other guy. He was going to die. But how the heck did he survive getting bit and thought he would get ripped apart? But somehow he comes back and stabs that girl in the park in the thigh. And then Negan kills him, which we knew was going to happen. And then they bring her back and they do the little sacrifice thing, ritual thing, and stuff with the hearts. So it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we'll see how it goes. I hope it gets better, and I hope it's a better episode. So, Tim and everybody, don't really say anything about episode 4 of Dead City. Would you say it's the best episode so far? If you're getting answers and if they're setting things up and we're getting stuff there, and of course, a good episode answers some questions but also sets some things up, is episode 4 better? And I hope it is. I hope it gets better. Like, I want the show to succeed. Like, I don't want it to be stupid and a waste of time. I would just want the show to be better, be more meaningful. And I think the best way of everything is connecting. CRM, soldiers, some sort of connecting with the other, episodes of and series of The Walking Dead. But so hopefully Bruegel, like, I haven't seen much about him besides the one episode when he was there in episode 4. I think heavily is Bruegel and Negan and this and that and setting things up and the Dama and trying to build the connections of the city and everything, taking back, working together. And the Croat in there too. So hopefully there's some big moments. Because the show needs a villain. And the villain is not Negan. It is not Maggie. It's not Herschel. I guess it's the Dama. It was kind of the Croat in first season. But I don't know. So we'll have to see who the villain stays on as. Does the Dama just stay on? Later this season and beyond. Let me see, Simba fan, what you're saying. By the way, Brian, even though I haven't been very big on the Walking Dead spinoffs, I will always have a love for the main show. Yeah, I mean, The Walking Dead is still a great show because they grow up on the main show, The Walking Dead, since 2010. So I might not care much for the spinoffs, but I always love the main show. So yeah, I mean, the main show is the main show. Like, that's the main thing of it. That's the main meat and potatoes. It's the main focal point of it. The spinoffs are just to cash in on the fan base that still watches it. Like, I don't know how many people watch it, and I don't care, but I do think that it's important to continue on with the story somewhat in a rewarding way. Just don't continue on for nonsense. Like, it'd be interesting to see what happens with The Last of Us after season 3. Because will they go a route after the games? Because there's no more game after season 2 or season 3 if they continue the second game. That they're out of material. What do you do? I guess it's a clean slate. You can do whatever you want, which is fine. But we'll have to see if it's something there too. And because The Walking Dead basically used up all its material, and then they were like trying to pull stuff out of their butt. And Fear the Walking Dead struggled. World Beyond struggled. The Rick and Michonne show was okay because it was Rick and Michonne. And those are good actors, and the story is good with good acting. And they were involved with it heavily. So, but Maggie and Negan are not Rick and Michonne. Maggie and Negan are not Daryl and Carol. Like, they're just not, and they never will be, too. So, Unsupervised says, not a big fan, big Sons of Anarchy guy, but it's cool when the U gets well-known faces to the university. To add to the story, also the character dynamic between him and Negan should be interesting. So yeah, Bruegel is Kim Coates. Kim Coates is, I think it's Tig from Sons of Anarchy, and he is a funny guy on that show. It's awesome to see. And we're going back and watching Entourage, and Kim Coates shows up in this season 5 episode. I don't know if it was 2 or 1 or 2, and he's not really likable. He kind of dicks over Vince and a couple things there too. But it's kind of cool. I love it when you see him and like, is it what is he in? The one with Bruce Willis and is it Marlon Wayans? I forget what Wayans' brother it is. It's I'm blanking on the name of the movie, but he's in there as one of the, I'm not saying cops, but I think he's a bookie or something. And it's so funny because I think he really gets punched in the face on the man. If anybody knows the movie I'm talking about, I'm like blanking, having a brain fart right now. I can't even think about it. Carol says, I know Negan can find a way to manipulate the Croat, but you think he will figure out a way to get the Dama the old Negan would? Yeah, I think that Negan is going to have to rise to power, rise up, and go against the Dama, obviously, because he's not going to go against Maggie. Like, been there, done that, got that stuff. And the story's over with that. But I think Negan has to win. I mean, Maggie and Negan have to stay alive and to be a part of this universe. It's pretty important. So I think he's going to do is Negan is going to rise to power and everything. And so it'll be interesting to see if actually his wife and child show up in this show. I don't think it's that big of a reveal if it happens. But I could see possibly... I think it's bare bones basic budget, so I don't think they show up personally, but we'll see. Silva Van, hey Brian, do you think Beth should have died in season 5 and she would have lived far longer? I don't know. I mean, Beth's death was iconic, sad, unexpected. In these type of shows, usually it's more memorable and momentous for the deaths rather than the arrival of things, unless someone saves someone or two. But it's usually the deaths that we remember in this. So you want a good, memorable death in a zombie show. Or you want to live forever. Whether you're going to be the hero when you die being the hero or whatever it is. But I think Beth ran her course very well. I think it was fine. She got more of her story. And that's what The Walking Dead loves to do. They highlight characters that weren't really as connected or focused on, and then they focus on them, and then they kill them off. As we know of the Red Theory and other theories on this channel, of the orange backpack and everything that's on there too. You know, that it's amazing that some people are watching those videos now. Like, I made those videos years ago. Like, I don't know, 8+ years ago. And people are like, that theory sucks. That theory doesn't make sense. You could do that with any color. Still comes up. And I find it hilarious because that was made so long ago. And people just don't get symbolism in there at all. Like, it's in shows. It's in movies. It's in there. If there's good writing and good stuff that's there, it's put in your face subtly. And then it's put there right in your face, showing you, here you go. It's been here all the time, and we've been building it up. Colors have meaning. Things have meaning. Hidden meaning of things. Like, it's not just with The Walking Dead. It's in a lot of different stories. It's in probably books and shows and movies and series. Like, it's everywhere. Like, look at the Star Wars franchise. The dark side, the light side, Jedis versus Sith, the red lights. It's like, it's just, what do you want to say? Like, it's there in your face. There's a reason why the colors of the lightsabers are there and which side has them like that too. And why the dark side is bad and dressed in all black. And the light side and the Jedis are in light and white and beige and taupe and eggshell and whatever. Like, it's that way for a reason, and it's fine. People won't get it. You can't make people understand it, but it's just kind of funny. Speaking of the book series, my wife has read all of, I'm just going to announce the book now. It's called Fight for Us 2 Catalyst. I have the preview of the cover on Patreon. And I'm excited to go through my final edit and then release it. And I was like, I could probably release it now. But I don't want to get caught in the same method of before of releasing it too early, not doing an edit, because I edited briefly. She went through and edited it. I did the spell check, went through and did some quick edits and fixing of things. And then, but I just want to make sure it's done right. So Fight for Us 2, Catalyst will be out this year for sure. But I think I'm going to wait until next month to just so it's done right, to avoid potential problems like before and learn from mistakes. And that's the big thing of, like, I do think that it's pretty amazing that you have the ability to do that, especially on Amazon, to create something, but you want it to be done right. So Jeannie says, I do think that I got a tad carried away with the red thing, but I totally get where you're coming from. Color symbolism is totally a thing, as old as storytelling. So it became a fun theory. That's all it is. It's just a fun theory. And it's worked more than it's not. It's a theory. It doesn't have 100% accuracy. Just like everything doesn't have 100% accuracy in life, which is fine. But it's there. And I don't make the show. I'm outside looking in. And I was trying to break it down and have fun with it with a great community to possibly see connecting people. Like, it was really fun to talk about The Walking Dead and to hypothesize and theorize and think about things in the future of it. Like, what could happen? Who's in danger? Who could die? What's going to happen here? It was just kind of cool to see that. And the red theory, it connected more than it didn't. It wasn't 100% accurate, for sure. But I thought it was good. I thought that definitely made sense. And it connected with, red is dead and the color theory. But I think it was pretty cool. And again, I didn't write for the show. I'm coming up with this from the outside looking in. Carol Q&A, do you think we'll see more advanced, super advanced walkers in Dead City, like at the end of The Walking Dead, or that played out now? I don't know. That's a good question. I do think that there's a possibility that they could, but again, I think that became cheesy of it. Like, I thought that became that it was too much. It was like they were trying to reinvent stuff to draw it to, like, the whole European thing with the burners and the walkers and the this and the that. Like, okay, it's a little different, but you had to have a gradual progression of it. Like, if you're going to do it, just do it. Like, I don't care if you're going to do it or not, but it has to be played by the same throughout. The better continuity, consistency on there on the shows. Like, it's when things change because of the plot armor, or things change because it's just easy to kill these people off, or, it's kind of annoying. Like, we have to have the same set of rules from day 1 to day 2 to day 3 that's ever evolving. Like, they should really expand upon it and make it be like make it worth their while, where they've been building it up and setting it up for a little bit. And if they do that, that's okay, but it shouldn't just come out of nowhere. That kind of felt like it did. Unsupervised says, I'm sticking to my guns on the red theory. If your channel was red theory or something along with those lines, then it'd be overboard, but here's why I back it and always will. It's literally part of film study. Color usage is literally part of film making. So yeah. So again, I'm not a film person. Like, I kind of wish I was. I wish I had more education in a lot of areas, and so I'm working on that because it means something to me. Which I always tell people, my patients and everybody, that never stop learning, never stop growing. Keep learning skills. Learning communication, learning things in life is the way to go. Education is the key. What you do with it is another part, but you have to learn those things to succeed in life, whether it's, fitness, exercise, health, wellness, finance, whatever, art, design, film, whatever. It's great. And you can start at any point. Like, I saw different things that was like, some people that started companies later on in life. Like, the one that jumps out to me was the guy, Colonel Sanders, who developed KFC. He was like, I don't know, 40 or 50 years old when he started it. if that fact is true that I saw online. But there's never an age. There's never a thing where it says like you have to do this at a certain point in your life or it's over. You can do something your entire life for 30, 40 years, whatever, and then do something for the last bit of your life and be as rewarded and successful and as great and exciting as if you were, 20, 30, 40 years old, whatever. Like, never stop. Like, keep having fun in life and growing as an individual. I think that's part of why we're here on earth, is to spread love, joy, education, inspiration, motivation, and to help people and help ourselves too. Like, if you can't help yourself, you can't help others a little bit. But then spread the wealth, share the wealth, have fun with it, and just be a good, impactful person in society. But don't also be a pushover. Like, don't be someone that's going to be taken advantage of. There's a little bit of that too. Don't be like, oh, I give all my money away. Then you can't pay your bills, and then you lose your house. But I did like, so it's like, come on, you got to have, street smarts and book smarts with it too. Unsupervised FPT. The only question I have is, did you know that color usage has been part of filmmaking for over half a century? No, I didn't know how long it's been. I know that I looked up color symbolism. Like, when I was looking up different things of, The Walking Dead, when they mentioned something here and there, and we were all in. A lot of us, I don't know if everybody was, but when The Walking Dead was going on, they would like say something, or we'd see a book, or we'd see something on a shelf, and they would focus on it, and they would have this and they would have that, and we're like, what does that mean? What are the meanings of this? What are the potential meanings of things? Why did they shoot it like this? What does that mean? What does it happen there too? Like, there's a part in Black Panther when they go into the throne room, I believe, whatever it's called, where they have the main room, and the camera's upside down. And it's Michael B. Jordan's character is walking in, I believe. And the camera starts where it's upside down, and then it flips like the world is about to turn upside down for Wakanda. And it's symbolism, and it's building up for the future of what's going to happen because of Killmonger and because of this on there as well. Like, they didn't have to shoot it that way, but Ryan Coogler shot it that way on purpose. Symbolism, things like that too. And it's kind of cool to see that. And when you know that, it's good little things to like be like, wow, that's pretty cool, Like, not everything is point blank straight to your face. Some things are subtle. And that's when it was the best, in my opinion, The Walking Dead, that is when they had things and they had it be in a way that was like, this is possible foreshadowing. This is potentially going to happen. And sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. But some people can't see that. Right? Some people just want to argue and fight online, and some people just want to fight and argue all the time in life. And the older I get, the less I'm worried about that crap. When I was a YouTuber and I started 10 plus years ago, I was like, I'm going to make videos. People responded, and it was great. If people wanted to argue and fight, I would respond. And I'm like, yeah, there's no change in people. I can't change someone's mindset, especially if they're arguing with me over social media or YouTube or something. They're just here to fight and troll and cause problems because there's no consequences for it. There's no repercussions for what you're doing. There's just, I can say this and curse you out and have a good day. See you later. And run away. And you're like, And it was just kind of crazy time and time again. But now it's like, I ain't got time for that. We're here to have a good time. We're here to talk about different things. So what have I watched? We watched Billions. We're on season 6 now. And it's getting towards the end, which I'm kind of ready for it to be end. And we're watching Dead City. We're watching Last of Us. We're watching Entourage. Anybody watching any of the basketball? Anybody watching the sports going on? All the it's crazy how people are still talking about football already, and it's May. Like, we gotta wait till like August. So I love the Hard Knocks shows on HBO, and the preseason like mini camp stuff is the Buffalo Bills. And the in-season is the NFC East, which is, my division because I love the Cowboys. And my wife loves the Giants. And my friends back home all love the Eagles. And the Commanders are in there too. So you have a great bit of information there as well. And I would assume that one, if not two of those teams will make it to the playoffs to see how far they can go, because it should be pretty interesting. Unsupervised says, my Cavs are out. Yeah, I was rooting for the Cavs, man. I was really thinking that it was going to be the Cavs versus the Celtics, and I was hoping that the Cavs would make it, but now I'm rooting for the Thunder. And I would love to see the Knicks, actually, but it's going more and more like the Pacers. And then if the Thunder don't get the act together, because they were blown out last game. So if the Thunder win Game 3, then I would think whoever wins Game 4, I would assume that I would assume it's going to be the Thunder and the Pacers right now. But stuff can change in the way it's going. I think the Pacers are the team of destiny this season for sure. And then I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Edwards play. And I didn't know he went to the University of Georgia, which is pretty awesome. And I didn't know a couple things, but he's a good talent, and hopefully he makes it. Because I think he can be a good face of the league. And if he gets, being more consistent, I think it'd be pretty good too. Yeah, watching that, doing that. I've been looking at seriously different houses in Georgia and South Carolina. And it's kind of one of those things where I could look at houses all day long online. And sometimes I'm like, man, I got to stop doing this because I don't know where to go. I don't know if I should live around Augusta or Evans or Florence or Columbia or whatever, Greenville, South Carolina, or whatever. I don't know where to be. I don't know these places at all. I'm just looking up houses, looking up homes. I got my price range. I got, all these different things. And I'm like, I wish I knew some people there, and I wish I could visit and be taken around and see this and see that, because I don't want to be on the coast really anymore, and so that's where I want to be more inland. And because I'm like, we could live at Myrtle Beach, but why would I want to live in Myrtle Beach when I could just live here in Tampa Bay I'm 2 miles from the water in the Gulf of Mexico? So I'm like, I don't care about that. I want to actually, and I don't want a pool. I don't want any nonsense like that. So I want low taxes. I want, and so there's a lot of things, but where to end up and for jobs, and maybe it's a thing down the road for retirement when we're done. But I don't know. There's a lot of big questions going on, and trying to get either a Georgia or South Carolina physical therapy license is on the table. And I've been trying to get a Georgia thing for 10 days now, so they have to get back to me through an email for just getting the background check and stuff like that. So Carol says, I watched all 5 seasons of Handmaid's Tale. Phew! Season 6 was worth all the waiting. 1 through 5 was meh. So that's good and bad that season 6 was good, but I don't think I don't know. It's kind of like that's a lot of seasons to get through to get through season 6. But if the build-up was good and it was worth watching, that's good. Tim says, watching Dead City, of course, other than the other older shows, waiting for Tulsa King and Landman. Yeah, me too. Me too, Tim. What's the next show coming from Taylor Sheridan? I wonder what the next thing is going to be from that on Paramount. I don't know. Carol says, Augusta is nice. Columbus is a small city with a large city feel. Also my hometown. I'll show you around. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be great. So, I was looking at I don't know. It's just a lot of them things. So we going into, maybe November, driving up to that area and get around and check out the, Georgia, a little bit of South Carolina, because the border is right there around Augusta. And Carol, how far away is Augusta and Columbus? So Augusta, Georgia, and Columbus, or Columbia. Columbus. Yeah, it's Columbus. Columbus in South Carolina. Is it an hour? 2 hours? What are you looking like if you drove from Augusta, Georgia to Columbus, South Carolina? Diana says, tired of the heat, fire ants, no dirt. Yeah, the heat is kind of crazy. I know we're in Florida, so we're worried about the heat. So it's kind of crazy to think about it as it's only May 25th. It's 5:25 today. And it was like 80 some degrees yesterday, and I have to do some yard work and paint some things that I'm going to do tomorrow on my day off. So I'm excited to have the day off to do it because I don't really have any more time off until the end of the year, besides, 4th of July and Labor Day, those days. But we only get off 6 days a year, and then I get 10 PTO days. So that's PTO is paid time off, and that's it. So I get 16 days off a year, and 6 of them are the holidays. And if you don't use all your time, it doesn't get carried over. So I made sure to use it, but I've already used it in May, and my time renews in September from when I started. So I'll be able to make it to September for sure, but it's definitely one of those things I'm like, man, I got to get used to this time off. And I was trying to see if I got more time. So I don't know. Jeannie says, I've gone down a Jurassic Park rabbit hole lately, read both books, been watching videos about behind the scenes stuff, gonna have a Jurassic Park film festival all by myself. Nice. Very cool. So Jeannie, explain to me, I can look it up, but since you're talking about it, is Jurassic Park like 2 books, like the movie, or like do they expand upon it? Because I know they've like, I don't even know how many Jurassic Park movies are there. I know there's the main one, and then like 2 other ones from that, and then Jurassic World, and then this and that. So there's to me, there's at least 5 movies now, with the 6th one coming out. But what are the books of Jurassic Park? So hard, Nixie. I just work Monday through Friday. Is all I work. No weekends. In an outpatient clinic, so it's luckily Monday through Friday. Pretty good hours. Carol says, nice new homes in Columbus, not far from Atlanta, about 2.5 hours. Augusta is about 2 to 3 hours from South Carolina, depending, of course, how fast you drive and time of day you're traveling. So, yeah, I'll be doing the speed limit, maybe a little bit more, maybe 5 miles per hour over, but, it's not bad. I mean, I would love to be within an hour to, like, the beach. So, like, in Columbus, if I went to, like, Charleston or Myrtle Beach, is that like another 2 to 3 hours from there? Because I feel like that's a pretty good area. Like, I love to be like able to go to the beach. I don't want to live on the beach, obviously. Being in Florida, that's dangerous because of the flooding and the hurricanes and all the extra just policies. Because that's the other thing in Florida. It's like it's getting more and more and more expensive of your property taxes, your property insurance. It's just getting way more costly to live here. And we don't have income tax, but we do have sales tax. That's, I think, 7.5% or something like that, which is pretty high. Other states are lower than that. A lot of states are less than 5%, I believe, that I've been looking up. So I would just love less property taxes, less property insurance, like cost, not value, but cost, less, like just everything. And there's a lot of Publixes in South Carolina and Georgia, Sam's Club. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at like Sam's Club, Publix, Target, Walmart, different things there too, So, right, Diana? So Diana lives in Florida as well. And so it's just crazy how much it costs to live. And I think I saw somewhere that the property values are going down, I guess all over. And so that's going to be good the longer we wait to buy something, because there's going to be an excess of that too. Like, I don't think people have enough money to fill up their gas tank, buy the $5-6 eggs, groceries, other things as well too. So yeah, so I don't mind. Like, so that's kind of cool. So I'm definitely going to look into Columbus. Maybe check out a University of South Carolina sporting event, football game or something would be kind of cool. And I've never been. Both of my universities that I went to were Division II schools, so I never actually got a chance to go to any Division I sports besides like seeing Drexel play Duke in Madison Square Garden and certain things like that. But I never been to a UF game or haven't seen USF or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's the thing on the rise again, because it's tough where you want to be, and priorities change in life. When we get older, I know everybody's coming to Florida from other states and other places, but it's getting crowded. Is it getting crowded where you guys live too? Like, do you feel like there's just a lot of people, cars, traffic, nonsense? Because that's what I don't want it to be. I don't want it to feel that way. Like, I just want to go like, I don't need small town USA, but I need smaller town. Like, I don't need to live in a county that has like millions of people. I need a county that's got like hundreds of thousands of people instead of like millions. So Gene says in the books at the end, all the dinos are absolutely 100% dead. So yeah, and when you're writing a book or ending something, you have to leave it no doubt that it's over. But if you leave that glimmer of hope, which is the way of today, that you think about it, they could make these again. You can make another movie there. You can keep making The Walking Dead, because evidently the walkers never die. The walkers, there's an endless supply of walkers in the course of the United States and the world, because they don't die at all. I wonder how old the oldest walker in the Walking Dead universe is. Is it 30 years as a walker? Like, how long has it been? How much time has gone by since the start of the zombie apocalypse to Dead City, to the Daryl Dixon show? I don't know. Hardnixie says, if you are low income retired, you are better off with income taxes, which are progressive rates, instead of sales tax, which is highly regressive. Yeah, so like, exactly. If you're retired and you don't have any income coming in besides Social Security or pensions or whatever, you don't have to worry about that stuff. But you have to buy, just like everybody, groceries, eggs, cars, this, that, whatever, stuff. You have to go shopping. And so the sales tax is going to be, we're all impacted by, for sure. Yeah, if you're in like Hernando, that's probably up and coming, man. I saw somewhere, I don't know where it was in Florida, but I don't know what they were talking about, having an expansion of the roads and putting in like a big shopping center and a big stuff there too, because people are coming to Florida, but I don't know if everybody, I doubt anybody wants to live like on the water now because of all the stuff that happened recently. And we'll have to see, because June 1st is the start of hurricane season. So, and I don't think we're going to get a hurricane right away, but we will have hurricanes this year. There always are and will be. So we'll have to see where they go, what the paths are, June 1st, December 1st. And I really hope it's a light area for Florida in general. I hope it's definitely light with huge storms. I hope majority of them just go out into the Atlantic, and majority of storms just kind of go and wither away and fade away. But we get what we get, and we have to, stay alive and do what we got to do, Unsupervised says, I don't like the it's around this time approach to the Dead City approach in regards to its submission into the overall timeline. Yeah, like, I guess the timeline doesn't matter, but it does matter to us, right? We want to know how things are and what things are. Like, I don't think we'll ever know about the start of the zombie apocalypse. So we won't find out a lot of that stuff too. Yeah, I mean, more and more places are just getting more and more busy and putting stuff in. And, I've never been to a Buc-ee's, and I know it's a Texas thing, but they're expanding more and more and more and more. And I've heard nothing but great things about it. I'm a brisket fan, so I wouldn't mind having some of that. And I know they're on the east coast of Florida by Daytona and maybe Jacksonville, I think. But they're in South Carolina. I know they're building one in Georgia and probably expanding. But it'll be interesting to see how they're going to be in maybe Ocala area, because there's a lot of land there. And, yeah. Buc-ee's is horrible. Why do you say that, Jeannie? I mean, I've never been, so I don't know, but I know a lot of people love them. They're in Missouri. Yeah, I'm sure they're expanding right around Texas, of Missouri, Oklahoma, wherever. But it's supposed to be a huge truck stop, gas station with food and stuff, and crowds. Yeah, so people are the problem. But hopefully they know how to combat that. Like, a good place would have enough people to work on crowd control. No, I don't know if it's a truck stop. So I guess it's just gas station. So yeah. I guess not. I guess it is not a truck stop. I guess it's a stop and go or whatever place, or quick stop or whatever. But so yeah, a lot of people are gonna. I wonder if like the trendiness of them goes and then it builds up. So yeah. Hardnexy says they will sell you food, but they don't let you eat inside. So it's a grab and go type place. Because I'm sure they don't want you to loiter around there, right? They want you to be in there, get this stuff, and get out of here. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to stop at one eventually in my travels, because I know they were building one in Brunswick, Georgia, off of 95 the last time I was driving there. So, I mean, you gotta do it. You gotta check it out, just for the spectacle of it. And I thought about, like stuff like that is like when I'm writing my book series, I love the idea of certain things. And I love the idea of, having, differences of real life, but kind of a similar thing in life. You mix it up, you change the name you have here, you mix things up so it's not anything legally to be connected with it, but you have like the baseline of like a huge warehouse, a huge thing, like in my, world, it's the big club. It's not, anything, but it's definitely a fictional place, and that's what you try to do. But I think that would be amazing, like if you had that ability to take over a place like that in the zombie apocalypse. But then you got to have the product too. Like you have to be able to have stuff coming in after a while. But I wonder how much stuff and products are actually in there, and if they were self-sufficient, they could have their own energy source to power it. But then you have to power a huge store too. So. Jeannie says, Wawa is similar to Buc-ee's gas station, the size of a freaking mall. So, I mean, I love Wawa being from New Jersey, and I know how important that is to Pennsylvania and New Jersey people. And so if it's anywhere like that, so I would picture like a Buc-ee's to be like a Wawa, Walmart, hodgepodge, I guess, racetrack gas station together, like morphed into one. Wawa, Walmart, and racetrack equals Buc-ee's. And so one day I'll get there, Carol says, don't know how true this is, but I heard you should never eat food from around anywhere that gas being dispersed. Well, I would assume like a crappy gas station, like if you go to like an Exxon Mobil or like a Shell gas station. And I would hope that Wawa, because Wawa wasn't a gas station. Wawa was a convenience store, just like a 7-Eleven. But now they're a gas station because they sell gas. And hopefully they have enough protection and something, whatever, to it that is going to be safe to have the food and whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't trust like going to even a 7-Eleven, because like if you ever been into a Wawa, I love the idea now. I just thought about it. It's like there's the double doors, and then there's a little space, and then another set of double doors that go in. So it's kind of like an extra layer of stopping anything from getting in, even though both doors are open, doesn't matter. And the pumps are a little further away, and it's also, hopefully the gas is actually farther away from the actual store. And when they're building them, they probably have to have, but I don't know. You don't know how stuff is. I actually just watched for the first time yesterday, Erin Brockovich. And I know about the movie, and I know of the scenes, and I know Julia Roberts is amazing in it, and hopefully she won an Academy Award because she deserved it, because she's amazing in that movie. But they have to know something about the environment and what they're doing, like a lot of companies. Especially if like people are getting sick and whatever, they have to have a help, environmental hazards that is there. So yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't eat a lot of food from there, but yeah. I mean, I hope not, because that would suck too. So. Yeah, I mean, but you don't have your gas container like in your living room. It's in your hopefully it's in your shed outside, and there's walls. But yeah, but it's also pumps. I don't know, and how much there is, how much use gas pumps are using it more and more and more. I mean, it's just food for thought. It's good conversation and a good topic. I thought it was good by Carol. But yeah, so we have Dead City season 2 episode 4. I guess is on AMC Plus now. The Last of Us season 2 episode 7, which is the season 2 finale, setting up season 3. I don't know when that's going to be. And yeah, that's tonight. So that's a big night. Memorial Day is tomorrow. Hopefully you're going to be safe and sound and have a nice barbecue or just relaxing day. I know I'm going to be definitely doing stuff around the house because my body will probably wake me up a little bit because I usually wake up at like 6:03 in the morning. I'm going to try to sleep in a little bit more just because it's nice to sleep in and relax and have a good day. Because that's the other thing that you truly like to have is like I love to have a relaxing day. I'm just doing nothing really, but my body is always on the go, so I have to find time to relax. Unsupervised says, Brian, I've always wondered whose Walking Dead YouTube videos do you watch? I don't watch any videos anymore. I mean, I haven't. When I became a Walking Dead YouTuber, I really just stayed away from other channels because I didn't want to get caught up in their theories, ideas, or whatever. And then people would always have comments in the chat on the live stream and when I make a video, and they would say about other channels and stuff. And so, before I became a Walking Dead YouTuber, I definitely watched a couple of different channels, and I'm like, they're not doing anything that I couldn't do. I definitely didn't want to feel like I was taking their mojo, whatever, but I feel like I was doing my own spin on it too. Like when someone's sitting there talking like this live stream, I was like, let's just get more pictures and stuff from the episodes. Like I thought that was a little better way to do it. And then finding out spoilers and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. And just then it got crazy, and then there was all these different channels and this, and people were fighting online verbally, obviously, and just saying this one's better than that. It became like a competition of like this one hates this, and I've had, I don't want to say problems, but people that were from other channels that liked other channels were talking crap about me and this and that and say I'm this and there too. And it was just like, it became really stupid, and where we were all trying to be in the same realm, but the competition of who's the best channel ever. Like we're talking about The Walking Dead, and it was the community that we were involved with. And so it became like that. And then, I would always defend myself and stick up for myself because it was not necessary, some of the things that were being said. And there's still people out there that are trying to cause problems and cause things, and they're just laughable because it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Yeah, unsupervised. I've always tried to bring my own style of it, and when I just because I love being genuine and real. Like I really like talking about things and being real from my viewpoint and saying if I like something or didn't like something. But on social media and YouTube and whatever, people are so fake. People will just say things just to get the views, whether it's good or bad. They will say things to start drama to get views, and that's kind of what it turns into too as well. And I hate that. I hate people that aren't genuine. I hate people. I hate things that aren't like that. So I don't hate people. I'm just saying I hate the idea of people that are being fake and phony for different reasons of making money, basically secondary gain. And I wasn't going to try to be a persona. If I was, it would be a funny thing to be, whatever. And I guess One Eye Bry is my persona. But it's not me, but it is me. You know, just like Daryl is Norman Reedus and Norman Reedus is Daryl. It's like, I don't try to act. And I think the best people and the best performances, like, they're not trying to do something they're not. Like, that's why I love Norman Reedus and John Bernthal and Andrew Lincoln. Like, I think they're just being themselves. Like, especially when, like, you can tell when someone has, like, a man or a woman has a child in real life, and then they have a child on a show, and they just are protective of that child because they know what it feels like and they see that child as their own. You see it time and time again with great performances, and it's just, you know, there too, you know. And so it's just a good thing to feel. Like, I just like the idea. Like, I think we should just be a little more genuine with things, but that's not going to bring the views. That's not going to bring the views. That's not going to bring the money. That's not going to bring people in. And that's what people are all about now too. And I get it. Like, I'm not stupid. I understand you got to cause chaos and drama and feuds and problems. They did the same thing years and years and years ago. The big thing too was West Coast, East Coast. What are you going to do? And I'm sure the sales of, you know, Biggie and Tupac and Snoop and Diddy and all those people, all that stuff was huge back then. And it was nonsense. Like, it was so stupid. It made no sense at all. Like, why couldn't everybody get along and just make great music? And there's a lot of artists that should still be alive today that should have been making music. Imagine the stuff that we could have got from Tupac and Biggie and Whitney Houston and people that would still be alive today and should be. Michael Jackson, you know, like, it's just crazy. And it sucks. You know, one of my favorite movies is Tommy Boy. And Chris Farley should very much be alive and being in all these Adam Sandler movies. But only the good die young, they say. Right? And it sucks. Yeah. Carol says, it's funny when I'm reading your books, I hear your voice narrating. So I hope so. That's good. That's how I kind of write it, you know, like, I picture it. I picture these people. I picture the streets. I picture the zombies and the fighting and the enhanced and the abilities and the things. Like, I just picture, you know, Ryan running down the street, avoiding things and hopping, you know, over a car and sliding under a thing and killing a zombie and picking up a rifle and shooting and then runs out of bullets and drops it and then ducks behind a tree. Like, I just see all that. Like, I just see it in my mind. And if I can see it, then I can put it down. If I can't see it, it's hard to communicate with that way too. And I think my writing is just communicating what my vision is. And hopefully I do a good job with it. You know, hopefully I do a good job, then people understand what's going on. And I think the people that don't compare it to The Walking Dead, because it's not The Walking Dead. It has nothing to do with The Walking Dead. It's a futuristic zombie apocalypse that has to deal with AI and robots and the future and just the future of society and the world in this fictional universe. Science fiction is what it is. And it kind of has to do with zombies and robots and AI and trying to stay alive, like we're all trying to do now, but without zombies. But AI is getting there, and robots are getting there, and things are getting there too. And I don't think it'll ever happen that way, but you never know. It's kind of crazy, you know. I don't think it's going to ever happen where Terminator actually comes to life, because that would be pretty ridiculous if they ever let that happen. But we'll have to see, you know. But we have to just live our life and have a good time as much as we can. And so I truly appreciate you guys taking the time to be here on 5/25/25, May 25th, 2025. And for this live stream, I talk about The Walking Dead and Last of Us and my book series, Fight for Us 2. So Fight for Us 2 Catalyst is the name. And that'll be out, I'm going to say June, because I want to wait on it a little bit longer to make sure I go through the right process and make sure we don't rush it. And once I have it and I get the proof and I share it with you guys, I will have it here. And I'm just excited for that journey to continue. So the first book is Fight for Us. The prequel is In 100 Days. And the second continuation series is Fight for Us 2. So Fight for Us 2 means something. If you know how the last book ended, you know why there's a 2 on the end of it, because it's also the sequel, but it's also Ryan has to fight for two people besides himself. And so it's double meaning there as well. So, all right, guys, I truly appreciate you guys taking the time. If you're going to do something tomorrow, Memorial Day, enjoy it. Be safe. Have a good time with food, barbecues, hamburgers, hot dogs, fireworks. If you do it, be careful. Do not have any injuries with that. You know, that happens every year, mostly with 4th of July, but Memorial Day is definitely a thing too as well. Stay safe. Be back next Sunday. I should be doing live streams for the foreseeable future for a long time. I'll be back next Sunday to talk about Dead City, The Last of Us, and all that good stuff. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time. Happy Memorial Day if you celebrate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. Whatever it is, you can do it. Keep working hard, and I'll see you guys.